Hey everyone, this is Chris Bolts coming in with a Solo Leveling Arise video. 2024 is coming to a close, and with that, the close of the season for the current iteration of Solo Leveling Arise. And going into the new year, I think there's going to be some new and exciting things. Just looking at a Pain Blade video right now. If you're looking at that in front of me, let me go ahead and put that at full screen. He's going to be reading a letter from the developers at Netmarble for Soul Leveling Arise. And I just want to react to that because I think this is a really good example of good customer service when it comes to appreciating what your customer base and what they have done for you, and the tribulations that go through between customer and retailer. And I think it's very exemplary of what is going on today in today's society, where for whatever reason there's a lot of consternation, for lack of a better word, of how the retailer, whether it be in entertainment, in gaming, in sports, whatever, how they treat their customers relative to how the customers want to be treated by them. So let me go ahead and play this video here. He's going to be reading this letter, and we're going to listen to it in its entirety. I might pause it here and there just to throw my 2 cents in on it here too. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Plus a quick message here from 2025 New Year from Netmarble directly. So greeting hunters, this is Solo Leveling Arise operation team on the day of the New Year 2025.
Yeah, do make sure to go ahead and subscribe. Pain Blade is a really good source for information in for Solo Leveling Arise. So yeah, make sure you go ahead and give him a follow as well. So let's go get back into it.
We extend our heartfelt greetings. With renewed determination, our operation team always places hunters as our top priority. To everyone who has supported Solo Leveling Arise, we wish you an abundance of happiness and hope all your New Year wishes come true. Looking back at 2024, we began our grand launch and raced through an eventful year. The time we spent with our hunters was incredible and meaningful, as we felt the immense interest and love you generously shared with us. While there were challenges along the way, we sincerely thank you for staying by our side. Additionally, we are committed to resolving the issues you bring to our attention with various channels as quick as possible. Thank you for supporting SLA in hopes it continues to grow and improve. As we move into 2025, we're diligently preparing to introduce diverse content aligned with the roadmap shared in the developer livestream. We aim to deliver a satisfying experience with updates and wealth of events tailored to our hunters, always striving for excellence. We hope Solo Leveling Arise continues to be a game we build together with our hunters in the new year. Your invaluable feedback and guidance are always welcome. Rest assured, we'll actively listen to your voices of our hunters throughout the various channels and use your input as a navigator guiding our updates. We look forward to returning soon with exciting news to answer your curiosity, as we promise to do our best to bring joy to our hunters through 2025. We kindly ask for your continued support this year as well. Wishing you a happy new year. Thank you. Now, with that being said,
all right, let me go ahead and pause that right there. So just listening to that, to Pain Blade read this letter from the developers to the customer, I get a really I get a feel that they are really really grateful and sincere in the support that they are getting from all the players, the hunters. I think that's what we call ourselves, as hunters, as we play their game, and they know that there's a lot of problems with the game. There's a lot of pain points, but notice that they didn't really put any of that off in there. They didn't put it back on the customer, telling them how dare you mention anything about issues that you have with the game. How dare you sit there and demand that we try to improve our product? Why don't you just take our product as is? You don't see any of the developers coming out getting into fights with customers or potential customers. And what I like to say, when your product, whether or not your product is local, national, or global, everyone on the planet is effectively your customer. At any point in time, that person doesn't matter where they're at on the planet, they can come and look and visit your game, check it out, and they're going to try to get involved with that. And if they see that the developers are getting in fights with their customers and whatnot, that's gonna shoot it off. And the biggest example that comes to mind is, I don't know if you guys follow anything with the Avowed, which is a game from Obsidian Entertainment. and it's a Microsoft Xbox game. I would say exclusive, but we all know that the problems with the Xbox going on right now. They're trying to figure out what it is that they're doing. Well, one of their developers decided to come out and pick a fight with Elon Musk and whatnot. Now, why would you want to go ahead and do that and alienate potential customers, whether or not someone might agree with Elon Musk or not? You know, it's like, put yourself above the fray and try to be as disinterested and not to take too many things personal. And that's what I get with this letter from Soul Leveling. And for me, that I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that they are putting their customers as their top priority. They say that they're listening to feedback, and rest assured they do listen to feedback, because as I've been playing the game, a lot of the pain points with regards to power levels for requirements to do some of the higher end content, they've gone in there and adjusted that to make it more accessible for new hunters and existing hunters to come in and play that content. So yeah, they are listening right there. They're also trying to make it more easier to access things like gold and whatnot. So yes, they are actively taking our criticisms and concerns and putting that and trying to work on that. But going back to this letter, they're really trying to go ahead and make sure that everybody is going to have a good new year coming into this game, and that they are working hard to earn our trust and to keep us as players. So that right there, I think, is a really good message from the development team there. So let's go ahead and let me go ahead and get out of that, and let me put that down. Yeah, you guys don't need to see that. Don't need to see that either. Let me go ahead and pull up the game here, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about my own issues and concerns that I have going into 2025. Let's see here. Hold on one moment. It's just taking a moment to pull up here. Yeah, so here we go. I should have had this game up and running at the beginning here and everything like that, as opposed to waiting. So let's go ahead and sign in. Go ahead and continue there. And 2024, when I started playing Solo Leveling, I started playing probably about 6 or 7 months ago. So I didn't start at the beginning with this game. I guess there was a test, a beta, alpha or beta testing back in April. Painblade said that he was part of that, and so he's been playing the game from the beginning. I came in probably about a month later, and I put it off for a while because I'm just like, yeah, you know what? It's probably going to be another gotcha game. It's going to be something similar to Genshin Impact, and it's not gonna do anything significant or anything like that. But after I got into playing it, I was pleasantly surprised by the game. I fell in love with the characters. I started out watching the manhwa, not the manhwa, but the anime. And the anime is excellent. It is an excellent anime. I recommend that you guys go check it out. And it pretty much follows the content of the anime going up to season 1, but now it's gotten a little ahead. So I think it's gotten up to what's going to be taking place in season 2 with Beru, the Ant King, Blades, the Elf, and the High Orcs. So when I started playing it, I like the characters. I like the gameplay aspect of it. There still are some big issues with control of the camera for me, especially when you're getting fighting and you're trying to switch between targets. The camera will not necessarily follow you, And then they introduced new content whereby the camera actually turns to a bird's eye view, an isometric view, and then instead of you having your axis, your directional axis movement, it basically moves into a north, south, east, west movement, and so that can get confusing and everything like that. So hopefully they'll address that in the new year. Uh, One of the big things that I had an issue with in the early game was at lack of gold. It took a long time to get gold, and you were running through that very quickly because pretty much gold is what you need to use to pretty much do anything, well, basically everything in this game, whether it's leveling up skills, leveling up the hunters, leveling up the hunter skills, crafting, fusion. You need gold for all of that. So in the beginning, it was very hard for the gold to come by, but as you can see, I have a bit of gold right here, and so it's gotten a little better, but they can certainly still work on that, make it easier to get gold. Another thing is getting access to resources, especially for Sun Jinwoo. It is very hard to come by the player skill scroll 3. It's very hard to come by the player skill scroll 2. So yeah, you can get a lot of these skill scroll 1s and start doing the crafting, but that is not going to be very feasible for everyone, especially when, like I said, having gold is an issue. But then you see, if you get just a little bit of those, I only have 80 of these, but it takes 3 to be able to go ahead and craft into one player scroll, and then the same thing is true for this. I got 761 there, so I could probably do a little bit of there, but again, it still would just be not very efficient in that regard. So I think increasing the amount of ability to get those would be a really great help. Some of the content is still a little bit out of the reach for a lot of free-to-play players or semi-free-to-play players, because as you get to the higher end, you got to really have a really good decked out boss. If you're going to be doing any of the proof of the strong here, right, at the higher level right there. You see, it's already at 1 million, everything like that. My team is almost there, but even with that, it still is going to be quite difficult. So, it might be a good balance there. But I think it's just a little bit of nerfing to bring that more in line with the current state of where players are going to be at. And lastly, I think the last pain point probably would be the essence stones. Now that might be a little bit of a hypocritical thing for me to say right there, because you see I got over 88,000, but that's because I just don't spend any of my essence stones. But if you're going to be one of those people that's going to be spending your essence stones trying to get hunters, trying to get weapons, or trying to do any type of upgrades for your legendary runes rather, or legendary blessing stones, you're going to want to have a good influx of essence stones. And at the moment, there really are not that many ways to get those essence stones. I mean, you can get them via codes and everything like that. But once you finish, the primary place I've seen is you can get them in stories, at the story content. But you can also get them over here in the Battlefield of Trials, whether on the challenge side or on the original hunter side, the original trials that are always going to be permanent and not reset. If you don't have a really good, once you get those exhausted though, you don't really have any other way to get essence stones. So I think that's another one that they're going to be needing to work on, especially as Pain Billy said, it's very important for it's going to be very important for free-to-play players, especially, but also for pay-to-win players who don't want to always keep spending money to just go ahead and get essence stones or anything like that, or diamonds to get that stuff. So it's very important that they go ahead and try to get a really good balance there for the essence stones and for the gold. But right, but as it stands overall, the current state of the game, I'm very happy with it. I think there's a lot of room for growth, and I think that a lot of that growth is going to be coming in 2025. One of the things that I had a complaint about was that there was a lack of content. But the minute I said there was a lack of content, they came out with the simulation gates. They increased the workshop of brilliant light with Garen, but it's still, you're going to want to have even more content for players to go ahead and do to really test those teams that they developed. I like the introduction of guilds. That has really been a blessing and boon for players. Let me go back over where. There we go. Let's go over here. Actually, where is it? I don't want to do that. I want that one. I want to just go right to the guild, not the guild boss. So this has actually been a pretty good thing as well. So yeah, I'm really excited for what 2025 will bring for this game. I can't wait to spend more of my time with it to see where they go, and I'm very excited for the future for solo leveling Arise. As long as they really focus on addressing those pain points and going by their customer service letter that they just gave out that they just sent out earlier, that Painblade had read. I take them at their word. They're going to be trying their best to make sure that they address the players' concerns to ensure that this is the best possible product that they can present to their customers. And I really appreciate for that. I like a company that provides really good customer service and provides a really good product. And I think Net Marble has something here that is going to be quite a big winner going into 2025 and beyond. So those are my thoughts. I do thank you very much for joining me with this video. If you have your own thoughts, make sure to leave them in the comments, and I will try to read those comments and respond to each one as needed. But I do thank you very much for this. Make sure you do like and share this video and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you can be notified more about videos like this from me. And this is Chris Bolts. I do thank you for joining me, and I will catch you in the next video. Have yourself a good one.